What's going on?
Alright, Escaflowne, abridged audio commentary for great justice.
The reason you're confused is that the network skipped the first episode.
And we start off in the finest tradition, dissing Fox Kids. Which was the first way I saw this show. It was just randomly on Saturday mornings, the Fox Kids version. And then it disappeared. And I didn't see it again for years. So this was the first of mini intros. I made this one first, and I liked it, but I thought it was a bit long, so then I made another one, and another one, and another one, and I liked them all okay, but I didn't think that any of them would quite hold up to being played 26 times. So, I decided, what the hell, I'll use all of them.
And Merle's a what now?
Hard to believe that there are really people living up there on the
People did not like the what now thing. So fortunately that didn't really come up much past the first episode. Which makes sense, because this is the, early on when Hitomi's still a fish out of water. Yeah.
Nice.
And in which the new
I had this idea with Escaflowne that, because with Berserk, I just pretty much made everything up as I went along. With Gantz, I couldn't do that because I was working with Cassius and I needed to give her a script. And what I found was that if during the editing phase, if I'd come up with a joke that hadn't been in the script, I'd always wind up giving that line to a male character instead of a female one, so that I could just, record the line right there and then and not have to ask Cassius for last-minute lines. With Escaflowne, I knew that that wouldn't work, because I had so many different voice actors I was working with. I couldn't count on being able to give every extra little editing line to one of my characters. So I had this idea that instead of writing a script, what I would do is I'd go through and I'd edit the episode, and write the script as I went along, and just record placeholder lines for each character myself, and then write the script on that. And that idea lasted about 1.5 episodes. It was a fine idea, but Escaflowne is such a plot-heavy series compared to the other two I did that I just... Yeah, that would not have worked. I really had to plan things ahead a lot more than any of my other stuff to make sure that it would make any kind of sense. So this, obviously, is the second episode. That first one was skipped by Fox Kids, so I decided to start with the second episode to...
I will do everything in my power to return you to your
That's easily my favorite part of this first episode.
You can do that?
But, I give them crap, and Lord knows that their version of Escaflowne was one of the most notorious hack dubs of all time, but I do understand skipping the first episode, because this second episode is a much better introduction.
Yeah, time and a half, double time on weekends.
So what the series is all about compared to the first episode. Somebody mentioned in the comments, as I hazily recall to this episode, that they felt that I was at my best when writing just random mooks. I don't know if that's true, but I do know that writing those little bits for those soldiers there was, after Gantz, it felt like coming home. Because that was the sort of thing I used to do all the time in Berserk. Because that show had just such a wealth of random one-line soldiers who
apparently we do
show up and pop off a line or two and then either go away forever or just die.
From the giant boulder in which my forefathers somehow encased
How did they get the robot into a boulder? Why would they do that?
What now?
What?
Heart goes in and ooh, shiny.
I guess
my Vaughn voice was not
really, I'm just trying to think of a
that differentiated at this point. A lot of people said that it was too much like my Corono voice, which became less and less true as it went on. Because Corono's kind of up here and a little kind of whiny and God damn it, Kato! And Vaughn's kind of just like a little more breathy and he's all excited all the time and he's not usually very angry, but he just loves to kill things like a shonen guy. A lot of people like this bit, so that's good. Didn't want to bring it back too terribly often. That
you
is
told me
just
and
the...
flee, my lord.
I fucking love Balgus. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fight some giant robots. No, I'm not gonna use a giant robot. I'm going to take my giant fucking sword and tear them apart. Because I'm a badass.
This isn't right. I don't feel more powerful than they can possibly imagine at all. Blah.
That was a good line. This first episode's a little rough. It has some good shit in it. Now, that whole MacGuffin thing, a bunch of people called me on that. Because, of course, her pendant is not really a MacGuffin. I did have a plan for that, believe it or not. Later on, I wanted to have a line between Dornkirk and Hitomi, in which he would recognize her pendant, and say, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know where your grandmother Agnes MacGuffin got it, but it was actually created by an old colleague of mine, called Silas Plot. So you mean it's not actually a MacGuffin pendant at all? No! It's a plot device! But I could never quite find a way to fit that into the dialogue, any of the scenes those two had together, so it just kind of went by the wayside. Oh well! If I ever do a full blooper reel for Escaflowne, I might toss that little deleted scene in there. Shit! I gone over time! See you next time.